Weird.
This is the Game 7 press conference featuring the Oklahoma Sooners. We're joined by student athletes Mackenzie Donahue and pitcher Zell Juarez. We will start with the questions for our student athletes from James Hale.
I have one for both. Great job, G. Thought that was the best you've thrown since since you first got to OU. So it's obvious you're healthy. Patty talked about great practices. Could you talk about what kind of stuff you had? And Mackenzie, talk about the 24 hours that you had to get ready and how this team's offensive mindset seemed to set up for you and change in this game.
Start with G, please.
Honestly, our hitters just make me better. So just going up against them every day at practice is something that I have to find new ways, and they make me better every day by just competing against me. So I think that's why I did what I did today.
Mackenzie?
I would say that Thursday we weren't ourselves, and we have no mercy. This is our game on the line. We have to push, and we switched it and turned it on, and it was so much fun.
Ryan Chapman?
Yeah, my question's for Giselle. Obviously, just due to the great performances last week, you didn't get in during the Supers. How did it feel to get back out there today? Did you feel well rested, or was it almost like you were rearing ready to go?
I felt really good today. I just went out there and had fun, and when they're hyping you up, that's all you want to do is just go out there and do your thing and compete for them. So it felt really good today.
Joey Helmer?
Yeah, Mackenzie, you were perfect at the plate today. Obviously had the home run. Just how good were you feeling in the box and as kind of being the igniter for the offense today?
I felt control of my bat. I knew what I wanted, and I knew what she was going to throw me, and we went. So let's go.
Ryan Aber?
Yeah, this question for Giselle. What was this week like for you? Did you feel as good as Patty talked about you looking heading into this? And then just what was working for you today?
Yeah, I'd like to think I felt as good as Coach said. I just let it go. Just got out there and competed even at practice. And the same thing today, I was just trying to be in the driver's seat of the game and controlling myself and just trusting my defense and my hitters and just getting outs for them.
A quick follow to that, if you don't mind, your defense, the plays in the fourth and fifth to end it, or the fifth wasn't to end it, that second out that Grace made. How important were those, and just talk about those two plays?
Oh, those super important, obviously, but just really game-changing. We kept the momentum based off those plays and just heads-up plays, and I think that's just something they do every day at practice is just practicing to be heads-up, and they just executed today.
Appreciate it.
Oh my gosh.
Barry Trammell?
Yeah, for both of you girls, you now played 2 games in the new stadium configuration with the upper deck and the packed stadiums. How is the atmosphere different, do you think, with the new look of the venue?
Start with Mackenzie, please.
I don't really pay attention to that. I pay attention to my teammates and the way we keep each other up, and all that stuff doesn't really matter. It's if we're united and together.
G?
100% agree with that. I know for myself in the top of the 6th, I don't remember, or bottom or whatever, I was on the mound or before the inning had actually started, and my teammates got their areas up, and it was kind of cool to just hear it, especially because it is at 100% capacity. But I think it's what Mackenzie said, just being united and just staying focused on us.
Austin?
Yeah, hi. My question's for both of you guys. After dropping Thursday's game, how does today's performance kind of give you guys the confidence moving forward to win these next 3 games?
Start with G, please.
we just have to get back to playing our game, and I think that's what we did in this first game. And we just have to continue to fight, and fight for each other, and just understanding that it's fun, it's a grind, and just continue to be fearless and play with passion and just enjoying every moment when we're out there.
Mackenzie?
I want to totally agree with G, and it's awesome to have each other's back, because if you have each other's back, no one's going to stop you, no matter what.
Chandler?
Hey, this is a question from Mackenzie. A few weeks ago, Patty Gasso credited JT Gasso for how well this team has been hitting on the year. That's not too surprising, but after last game, you guys struggled, didn't hit the ball as well as you wanted to. How much credit would you give him to today's performance?
I would say that we were ourselves today. We didn't try too hard. We just went out there and played our game. And when we play our game, I feel like we're unstoppable.
All right, last one for our student athletes, Josh Calloway.
Yeah, it's for Mackenzie. It seemed like after your long AB in the home run in the second inning, it kind of opened the floodgates for you guys. Did you kind of sense that almost once you hit that home run, everybody kind of relaxed a little bit and the at-bats got better? Because it seemed like after that, it was every single inning getting runners on base, hitting home runs.
I honestly thought it was too high and it wasn't going to go over. But it went over, and I knew that once we got a run on, we were going to keep pushing, get another run for G, because she was pitching a great game, and that's all we needed to do is just keep pushing and put another run on.
Mackenzie G., thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Joined now by head coach Patty Gasso. Coach, how do you think your team answered the bell in terms of just energy for today's game?
I couldn't imagine it being much better. I mean, actually, we came out a little bit slow offensively, just trying to feel things out. I tried to push the envelope a little bit and got runners in motion a bit more, just to force some of them to have to swing the bat. It worked out really well for Lou. Worked out really well for Hanson. I don't need to mess with Jossie. She handles her business. Defensively, I thought we were spot on, but most of all, Giselle. Seeing Giselle handle herself on this big stage when she's gone through some ups and downs this season, it's really one of the highlights of this weekend.
Austin?
Yeah, Patty, just wanted to follow up on that with Giselle. Just speak on, what that performance means for her after the injury she suffered and, not pitching since the Norman Reed.
I think it will be a lasting memory in her career. It has been a tough year for her. I think she just really wanted to be the pitcher that she used to be, and it just didn't come as naturally as she expected. And I think sometimes she was just trying so hard it didn't work right for her. And maybe these last couple weeks she didn't get to pitch quite as much, and I think it just settled her mind, like, why am I even standing in the bullpen waiting to be called? Because I've been kind of messing with my mind a bit. And I think she really cleared that out and got right with herself, and she had really good practices the last couple weeks, and this is what showed today. So I'm very pleased, but I wasn't really surprised because I saw her doing it against her own teammates in the last week or so.
Ryan Aber?
Yeah, Patty, staying with Giselle. When did you decide to start her in this game? When did you tell her? What was the reaction? And just what do you feel like worked for her today?
Coach Rocha and I talked about it last night, and I felt very strong, as did she, that we thought Giselle was the right matchup. Giselle pitched against them the game that we lost and threw really well. So we were not afraid to put her out there today, but we also knew that we have to. If we want to make a deep run, we've got to have these 3 pitchers ready to go. Coach Rocha talked to Giselle and told her last night, so she knew. I wasn't there for the reaction, but she wouldn't be overly excited. I think she would be hopeful that she was getting it. What was working today was just a mix of speeds, kind of hitting really good spots, keeping them guessing. You could see them really chasing stuff up out of the zone and then just kind of not surprised, but not quite ready for some of her off speed. So she had a really great mix today.
Ryan Chapman.
Hey, Patty, I'm going to ask you to look just a little bit forward to tonight, if you would. Obviously, you got about 3.5 hours. What's that time look like between now and UCLA, and how difficult was it to prepare for Georgia and UCLA, knowing that you had to beat Georgia? It didn't really matter.
We put all of our focus on Georgia, because if you start looking ahead, then you're going to get burned. So we know enough about UCLA that we can go back and get ourselves prepared. We've had experiences with them in the past. We know they're a great hitting team. We know that they have the best pitcher in the country. So this is going to be definitely a challenge, but we really didn't get locked into much of that. We couldn't. On Friday, we were working with our machines and some of our execution that would align with either Alabama or UCLA, because you really didn't know. When we were hitting, we didn't know who we were going to play. So this is going to be just purely creating a plan, executing a plan, understanding it, trusting it, and leaving it on the field. That's all we can do here.
Abby Bitterman.
Yeah, Patty, I just wanted to ask you about Mackenzie Donahue's performance. She doesn't always get the start out there in left field. Just what do you, and I believe this is also her first Women's College World Series, so just what do you think of the job that she did today, especially at the plate?
Yeah, she's been waiting very patiently and understanding. It's not always easy. There's some other athletes that are dealing with kind of the same thing. But it's about matchups, and this matchup was really good for her. And she's kind of pretty clutch in times where, like, I was calling a run and hit, our runner was going, and if she wanted the pitch, she's hitting it. And I think about every time except the last at bat, we called the same thing. And I think that really energized our team as well, because it was just really clutch style offense that we were producing with Lou, and energized the team. So she's been waiting her turn, and she's going to get more opportunities as long as they align with her swing. But she was the catalyst today, and I know that was really exciting for her and the rest of our team.
Joey Helmer.
Yeah, Patty, I just want to ask you about the sixth inning, bottom of the sixth inning there. G obviously could have finished it. I'd assume you pulled her out to kind of get her a little reception from the crowd. Was that the case?
No. I'm happy they did that, but this was really more about getting Nicole May on the mound before we start tonight. It was really important. Even if it was for 2 hitters, she had to feel the energy of the crowd and the environment before we keep rolling here. So it was purely for that reason.
Last one for Coach Chip Towers.
Coach, obviously you have bigger fish to fry now, but just wondering about Georgia. Obviously they're a very young team. You played them earlier this year. I think their entire starting lineup comes back except for Mary Wilson Avant. Just some observations on them as they head back home.
I'm always a fan of Georgia's ball club and Lou Harris and Tony and the job that they do with young talent. They develop it really well. They are fighters. They fight. very uncomfortable coming into this game because I knew what it was like playing against them. They're scary. They can swing and they can hit it out at any time. They're very rally-oriented. And Avant is something special. She really is. She's an outstanding pitcher, one of the better pitchers we face, without question. So I respect their program, and I gave Lou a big hug because she helped us get better, and I hope we helped her get better back in early April or late March, whatever it was. So for us to see each other here was a cool moment, and I know they'll be back. I know her, and I know her ball club. They'll be back here.
Coach Gasso, thank you very much for your time. We appreciate it. We'll see you later
Okay,
tonight.
thank you guys.